Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode, I'm gonna go, this is where I'm gonna build my polymer blower. So this is related to the AR-15 and, my guns, I guess. So I'm gonna continue the series with this. So, if you've seen my other videos, I got a drill press, a cross slide vise, and the reason I got it is so I could build this AR-15 lower receiver. So let's take it apart. This is the official video. So me being a non-gun owner for the very first time, trying to build this from scratch, okay? And so this is going to be an interesting experience. I've seen a lot of videos. I want to try it out because a lot of my videos are like that. I just try out new things for the first time and see how it goes. So this is what I got. I read in it doesn't come with any manual, or I was wondering about the screws. It didn't come with the screws that I thought it would, but it turns out this one doesn't. So actually, read the box. So this one says Polymer 80 Phoenix version 2.0, 80% AR lower receiver and jig, and this is what it is. Let me see here. And then there's some markings here on the bottom that say AR. Let's see if I probably have to look at it upside down, but it says AR-15 G150. So there are some markings here. So that is probably the brand and series. I've seen some older videos that are different. This is solid in here now. So feels good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lower and just take out my other AR-15 that I got from Radical Firearms. I'm going to just compare them. I haven't yet. So this is going to be a fun episode for me too. And again, I've never done this. This is all my first time, so I'm trying to get a first time ever perspective on building a gun, an AR-15 lower like this. So let's take out the AR-15 after I unpack my bag. Let me see. Towel always helps. And in the wintertime it does get cold, so when you go out, having a mask on you really does help. Keeps you warm, depending where you go. Even down in out here in Texas, although it is sunny, but for people of Texas, especially where I live in Houston, we're so used to the baking heat that your body gets acclimated and it feels cold. It really does feel cold, but it's not. At least it's better because it's not snowing that much. Anyways, let's see what else is in here. I think that's it. There's nothing else in here. I just kind of leave this bare. Of course, let me see. I do also keep one thing here. I do keep, well, let's just see here. I do keep the actual receipt from Radical Firearms. See that? So, I don't know. Just in case someone doubts that I ever, that it's not mine, I can say, yeah, that's mine. Because ironically, as long as you claim it, it's yours. Why would you not want to claim your gun? It's my gun. I did go to a gun show. I didn't buy any guns, but I bought parts for guns. And that was my first time I ever went to a gun show, and I didn't videotape or anything because I really wanted to enjoy it. So, but I could tell you from my experience about the gun show is that I guess you can buy guns if you want to. What's really cool about the gun show, more than the guns, in my opinion, is the parts you can get for the guns, especially for your AR-15, because you get them right there. You can see it, you can look at it. If you bring your gun, I don't know if I've seen people bring their guns. I don't bring my gun at all, because I feel safe at a gun show. I know that sounds kind of crazy. I don't bring my gun to a gun show because I feel safe at a gun show, because there's so many guns there. And when you get there, there's like a lot of police officers there too, badges with handguns. And so yeah, that's what they do. So, but I still enjoyed it a lot. Safest place I ever felt is in a gun show, everyone. Kind of weird. Are you like that? Anyways, I bought parts. Actually, what else did I buy? I bought another part too. And I want to check this out too as well. It's on this side. It's on this travel backpack has two sides. One that is not stretchy. It's just the fabric itself. The other side has a little stretch to it. So I kind of put the bulky stuff on this side. But this is the other thing I got here at the gun show, and I just probably costs a little bit more, but you know what? You can just go get it. You could try it out, especially for those who can't wait. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and try it out. This is just a 10-round mag. Because remember, it's after all, it's just a pistol, right? Oh, wow. Let's check on the good old ammo. I'm pretty sure it's all still there because I never used it. I guess one day you're going to have to use because you always want some fresh ones, right? There's 20/20s. 2 stacks. 20/20s. It's 400, right? Last time I checked. 20 times 20. 400. That's not too bad. sorry. Takes a while. I'm just going over it one more time because this is my travel bag. Okay, there we go. I had to get to this. Sorry for the long wait, but so I need this. That's why I opened that. So what else is in here? More extra ammo that didn't fit in there. A couple of loose bullets because this is a tool, right? And my other tools, and oh yeah, this stuff, this one that they give you with it, which I haven't found a reason to use yet, but I'm sure I will one day. And what else? My tools. I'll probably add more stuff, batteries. Good shit. That's my gun here. Just leave that open because I'm on my property. Okay, the lower is what I'm trying to look at. Here's my lower. Gosh, that was a long fucking process. But, alright, so let me compare the polymer now. And, let's have a look here. See, have a look in the white background. That helps a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna fit. It's a little different, of course, this part right here and this part, but other than that, I mean, it's the buffer tube seems like it should be there. The holes line up as these holes right here and this hole. Okay. It almost seems like the same thickness except for around the edges here. This particular edge. But pin to pin, it looks. The inside dimensions are right, the outside dimensions are thicker. Of course, you're looking at aluminum, so it's really thick around here and here. Not so thick around here, just almost a little bit thinner right here in the middle. So I don't know, must be for a reason for why. Okay, let's look at the back here. I guess you have to put the buffer tube on, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just looking for other things like little holes where they should be, and of course the mag release here. Make sure there's something here that kind of fits in. Looks like it, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3. So there's the 3 holes that you need to do is these 2, and this, and that is for the safety trigger. And it looks like if you look in here, I should bring my flashlight. Alright, let me stop and I can get my flashlight. Alright, so my freebie Harbor Freight flashlight. Let me see here. As far as the trigger, So there's two pins. Okay, two pins right here, which those are the holes you're gonna have to drill. And let's see here. I did that to move it out of the way, so okay. Just playing with it. Anyways, let's take a look. So there they are, right there. You can see that? No, you can't. There you go. So where those two springs are, right there, right there, that's what those two holes are for, right there and right there. And then the third hole, which is this thing right here, that's going to be your safety and shit. So this is my first time really looking at it. And that's it, and that's what the pocket should look like. So eventually when you let me see here. So any of you non-gun owners out there kind of really curious about this kind of stuff, you could just watch my videos and learn what it's like, giving you a interesting view here. And so that's what I'm going to be milling, is I'm going to make this exactly like that, or that's the idea. So I got the real deal, and I'm going to compare it to my homemade deal. So I bought my AR-15 from Radical Firearms. Okay, so I bought this, and this is what I'm gonna, reverse engineer, I guess, or just try to figure it out from going backwards. So that's it, and then you see the three holes, 1, 2, 3 on both sides. There actually even says 3/8, 5/32, in which comes with the drill. And then there's some markings here on top as well. If anybody can see that. Here on top. Here on top. And here. And then it says do not reuse guide. Okay. And there's some screws here, but I was wondering where they were. And when I actually read the PDF file from Polymer 80, you don't need them, because I guess people use vices when they put them together. So, that's what I got: a cross slide vise, 6-inch from Harbor Freight, and a drill press from Harbor Freight. Those are the only things you two need. And so, okay, so I took a look at those two. This is what comes in it. Okay, so this is the drill that's supposed to be used and supposed to be marked. So there's a little black mark right there. That's how deep you're supposed to go, like this deep. So, you know what? Since I got it here, I'm going to just see what that's like. Okay. Obviously this part right here gets deeper, so let's see how that compares to here. Okay. Alright. So, this is going to be interesting. I read the directions, but looks of it, sorry about that. This is boring. Yeah, it is. But if you're really into this, you'll be watching. I wonder if it really goes down that far. The black line is supposed to just be like this, you know. But it does have a certain depth, 44 millimeters apparently. Let me see if it even says that right here. It says after drilling holes the letters are so freaking small. Okay, I have to use a flashlight. After drilling holes above, cut at line. And I don't know if you see that, but there's like a little line dotted, 3 lines right here. It says after drilling holes above, cut at line. That's all it says. So I guess that this line here is how far you may need to go. I'm not sure. And then here's this piece right here. This seems like a it goes like this. This piece right here goes like this. So in the direction it says you can either, this is one of the first steps or the last steps. Considering you have to cut this after you drill the holes and everything, I'll just say this might be the first step. This is for the trigger that goes to through the bottom right here. From the directions I've read. Let's see how it looks on the real one. So there's the trigger right there. Right there. So that's the trigger. That's what the hole looks like. Regular trigger. Okay. That's the inside. And that's the trigger group here. Not too bad. Doesn't really look that complicated when you look at it. I can't wait to take it out actually and just examine it. Again, this is all view from a non-gun owner, first time owner. I'm just fascinated by this. And there's the release. You can see that moving here, this part here. It'll be interesting to see how that works. It's probably somewhere, some spring in there, and this is simply doing that. When you get into guns, springs are really important. You know, there's a spring in the buffer tube. It's a way of storing energy, the spring. So you can do a lot of things with the stored energy and have it released. It's kind of amazing. So let's take a look at that one. This one, let's take this apart. So there it is on this one, which it looks like there's a hole here. Okay, so you kind of have a better idea. See, the hole goes right through. The hole goes right through, and that's on the other side, which probably is the spring that you pushes it right back in. So interesting. And it's right under here, which is this thing here. The reason I'm going over it so thoroughly is because this has a lower parts kit already installed on it. A good way to learn about how to put things together is to take it apart too. So just for emergencies, I guess, because let's say they stop making these guns, or let's just say they stop making these guns, and you're gonna be alive for another 50 years, 20 years, 70 years, who knows? You can even pass it down to your kids and say, hey man, they don't make this anymore, so you better hold on to this and never sell it. So anyway, just something to think about. People talk about passing things down. This could be one of them. So you want to learn how to make sure it still works. So I'm going to actually take all this parts, and I already got my complete trigger group lower. I ordered another one of these. I bought another pistol. I actually bought a 7.5 inch. As soon as it comes in, I'm going to do a review on that. Man, I can't wait for that one to come out. So anyways, I got this one. I can make a lower and basically buy an upper. They got them in stock. It's not considered a gun, it's considered a part. So as soon as I make this, I can just go get maybe a smaller one. I'm not sure, smaller inch or longer rifle. I guess it doesn't really matter. So there you go. So I'm going to use this part. So I'm going to take these apart, the trigger as well. I may not even need this part, obviously, because this already has it. So I could leave this trigger guard here. Does it really matter for me? No, it doesn't. Let me see what else. The buffer tube I'll be using as well. Of course, it's not going to be this one. Well, maybe this one, because a lower is a lower is a lower. In a time of emergency, does it really matter if your rifle is being used as a pistol and your pistol is being used as a rifle? I don't think so. So AR-15s are very compatible with other AR-15s. So I got the buffer tube already. This. The pistol grip too. So obviously this is how you attach it. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out. There we go. Okay. Oh, sorry. So it does open up. And there is something in there. You don't see that? So there is something there. Looks like some kind of hex. Some kind of hex nut. Don't know how that's going to work, but that'll be interesting to see. Because, let me see here. This is what I got right here. So there must be something that has it here, and you're twisting to tighten in between here. I don't know if that makes sense, but something's right here to take that tension in as you're turning, and it's being pushed, squeezed in this way. Okay, that's you learn about these weapons by, I don't know, building one. And there actually says right here, I don't know if y'all can see that. It actually says, has that polymer 80 symbol. Really fine one too, like this one right here. Diamond shaped. It's right on the handle. Okay, this is going to be interesting. What else? Is there anything else? Here's the bottom of the trigger on this one. So, anyways, let's get back to this. So, anyways, I'll probably do this first, just to get the trigger, because I just have to drill right through it. I hope anyway. You never know. Anyways, well, I guess we can give it a try. At least drill the pilot holes. That might help. Anyways, we'll see. I'll give it a try. If it feels like, if I think it's going to work, I'll continue it. If I don't think it's not going to work, I'll stop and I'll just go ahead and mill the inside over here and then do this last. So the other option is you mill this out, and I guess after you mill it out, you can get this on here and then do the trigger and be closer, the drill to be closer here to get an accurate cut. That's my concern, just looking at it, just because if I'm off and it doesn't go through here exactly, you got a loose trigger, maybe, I'm not sure. That's why I bought a couple of these, so if I fuck up on one, I could just say, okay, let's go get the other one. Okay. So let's see what else is in the bag. Supposedly this is for the how would that say, handle, and some pins, and this small little thing right here. Okay. Alright, cool. I think this is for the pistol grip. Something to do with the pistol grip, I hope. I don't know. Didn't come with any directions. You know, the AR-15 pistol, this one right here, is really intuitive because, you know, I didn't read any directions or anything other than the directions for that to drill, to how to drill this, and having the real one manufactured professionally. Could you ever do this homemade? It's gonna be hard. If you got the equipment to do this, it's not homemade, man. Okay, it's professionally made, professionally manufactured. So anyways, this gives you a really good idea. And then I can see these pins, these takedown pins here. Let's just go over that. They're already on here. Look at that. Okay, isn't that amazing? So all you got to do is figure out how to take this out and then snap them back in here. Alright. Okay, let's look at the other stuff. Okay, so that's that. That's that. What else do we get in here? What other goodies come in? One small drill bit, one larger drill bit, and this drill bit. So, oily. Let's see here. Okay, so this big one seems to be see, that fits in there. So this big one is for your safety on both sides. And then this one, I don't know what the hell is this for. Is this for the trigger? Yeah, it's probably for the trigger. This is trigger. And these two are for the smaller hole. Yeah, obviously. Okay, so there you go. It's not that hard. It's kind of really easy actually, kind of fun after a while. You really want to think of it as like, I guess if you're a guy, your first track set maybe, or model plane, kind of like that, gluing shit together and putting it together. You know, and some toys are stuff that you actually have to build from scratch. It's kind of like the similar experience so far. I don't even think about having this. You don't think about it like as you're building a gun. You're just making something, which happens to be a gun. That's all. Alright, so let's put this stuff away. I'm not finished with this yet, because the other part about it, of course, is the upper. So when you get this, you might want to go ahead and test it with the upper piece, because apparently you can. Oh, it's been a while. I haven't opened this thing though. Some time here. God, this thing's heavy. Ugh. It's heavy before. It's even heavier now. So apparently, you can just go ahead and see if it. See, you don't have to mill this part. You just have to mill the most important part that makes it a gun. Let's see how it fits in here. Oh, it's a little, okay. Alright, so now I get it in. Let's get that flashlight. I'm not even holding it anymore. It's just snug as a bug. Look at that. It's not even, so. It just really goes in nice. Nope, not quite. Look at that. Of course, am I off on this? This is where your tools might come in handy. So what tool should I use? I think I'm going to just use this big honking thing. Okay, I'm going to use this. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best thing. I'm thinking right away just one of these. That's all. You know, since it's my first time, you know, I have to really think about this stuff. I'm just trying to figure out what size. Seems like this might work. Alright, so okay. So this is working. So I know that, I just just don't want it to move. I just want to make sure. So what's the problem here? Okay, that's not okay. No problem. It's just the bolt carrier kind of comes loose. That's all it was. Okay. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. And let's see if there's any gap in this. Remember, it's not on 100%, but I'm going to try to see if you could see any gap. If I just put my hand on, I'm pushing it down, of course, but this was this side. On this side, I do see a slight gap in here, just right around. Let me see. Yeah, it's on both sides. It's really small. There's just a little bit. It's not like, I don't expect it, because it is hard to do this. If you ever try to make something like this, it's hard. Just to get it this close is really good enough for me. Let me see here. But yeah, you could see a little bit of light, but other than that, I mean, once it's on, it snaps in, and it ain't going anywhere, from my opinion. Okay, so there you go. That's kind of what it looks like. And yeah, you got your makings of a pistol here. So that's the other thing I want to see about that. Look at that. That's amazing. Alright, so that's the other one. Okay, that's one. Let me see another thing I want to try out. Alright, the magazine. I'm going to try out the magazine now. Okay. So how does the magazine work? How does it do that? I guess there's something right here, or what? Let me see, how does it work? Oh, it's just thicker right here. That's all it is. You push it in, it just gets a little thick and stops. Assuming so. Okay, that's what it looks like in there. Okay, so let me see if there's anything here that prevents it from going up. It almost seems like magic how it does that. I'm really trying to figure out how it just stops. Okay, it is this thing. This is the reason why, right here. Okay, so it's coming out. This thing is coming out. Sticks out, protrudes a little bit, and then this thing catches on right underneath here as it pops out of this hole. I'm assuming it's okay, right? No, it doesn't. Okay, but okay, it comes out and holds it up. See, it pops up. Alright, it's almost like magic there for a minute, man. Now it's going crazy. So you see there, it pops out, and then it's able to catch, but it's also angled. It's also angled to the point where you could pull it out. So if this was a square edge, it'd be a lot harder actually. So just want to make sure it works. And there's a little slot right in here that goes on here, so it slides in really nice. See, that's that slot right there. Okay, and there's already a hole right there. Okay, so there's a hole right. I didn't see that. There's a hole right here, and I don't know what that's about. But let's take a look at the real AR versus this, piece of plastic. Well, there's no hole right there. You gotta remember, this is an injection process, I'm assuming. Molded, probably. I don't know how else they make it. So, it'd be interesting to find that whole process. I don't know if it's injected. I don't think it's, definitely not an extrusion or protrusion. I don't think so. It seems like it's just been mold, and it's just the way it is. Holes. How do they do it? I'm not sure. This is obviously threaded right here, and that might be just a process of threading, like a tap and die. The mold, it's definitely some kind of mold. You can see the burring out here. My gosh, it just looks and feels just like metal though, and I mean, this is plastic as well, so it doesn't really matter, but just feel the smoother on the aluminum frame, obviously, but just hear how it sounds. I don't know, fuck it. Anyways, that's my examination of it so far. I'm learning about it a lot, and here's the inside of the trigger. Okay, so this actually, I'd like to know what it looks like when it comes up, since I'm so interested in the mag. See it here? That's what it looks like. And then sorry. Okay, so on the real one, this piece right here, there's a little metal piece right in there. So, oh, there it is. I don't think yeah, it's a metal piece. It's probably like aluminum. It's thin enough and wiggles just enough for to be actually. When you push on it, this kind of gets smaller. Kind of gets pushed down as well. So it is spring reacted. So it just comes out cantilevered or something, and of course after it goes up, it catches. That's what keeps the magazine in there. See? Anyone sees that? See that right there? So you basically don't see it, but this instantly goes down as it reacts to this, as this little piece goes right through it and then keeps it in there. Amazing. And then actually this little divot piece right here, looks like that's what really snaps it into place. There you go. So this kind of does keep it up, and then this really locks it in there. So that way it doesn't come out. You need to push this to move it out of this little hole right here. Alright, there you go. Now you know how the magazine works. Very ingenious, huh? Okay. Let's see what this is all about. I'm going to have to study this a little bit later. That's the trigger. I just want to see if this thing works with this, that's all, because that's the same magazine I'm going to be using. Yeah, okay, I'm getting a better understanding how this all works. You can almost kind of, yeah, kind of just really see it coming. So, alright. Alright, so pretty much, I guess they call it 80% lower because 80% of this has been done. This is the other 20% that you just need to do. I was wondering why they call this 80% lower. Well, because 80% of this is done. Maybe in the future there's a company that's going to say, I don't know, what, 99% done? Maybe you just have to drill this one hole, you know. I don't see why you couldn't just pre-drill back down here. Matter of fact, pre-drill everything except that little pocket right here in the middle. I don't know if that's even legal, but why not? Let's talk about it. And since this is just protruding in the way, it's still a piece of plastic. And then when you just come home, zip, zip, and then we'll use the milling part just to shave it off. So you just plop it in there, you got your dial setting, and just zip, shaved off. Okay, just kind of clean it up, you know. And then voila, you got your, I would call that like 99% lower. I guess the point is, as long as it's not 100% lower completed, it's not a gun. So I don't know. That's a company that I'm gonna maybe make. I'll just get call it 99% lower. All right. So okay. All right. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm pretty confident now that I'm looking at this that, yeah, I could probably make this 80% lower. I just have to do the rest, the 20%, and I got the real one right here to figure out how to do it. And okay, so this hole here, this pocket here is for the takedown pin, one of the takedown pins. Okay. And there's something here for to keep the buffer tube in. Just a little hole here. Let me see, where would I need to mill? So you can tell this is probably molded because this is just square, where this is milled. It's round. But you can see the idea, same idea, that you can almost envision it. Now I'm going to take this and push the trigger down, and that way you can see the, you can almost see, compare the holes here. So I need a flashlight. And there you go. So it looks like this depth inside here is the depth inside here. So that should give you an idea where you need to be or where you need to start. So you don't want to be drilling, I guess, down here in this area, because that's some of the directions that said. You want to be drilling here, where it starts here, so you want to start like right about here. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm looking at it and really not through the camera, but here you go. And so this depth right here is the same as this depth. And then where it starts, I'm trying to see where it starts. Okay. So it basically starts, from what I can tell, and this is probably a good way to measure it. You probably want to start right here. See where this edge starts? It's rounded, and then there's a like slight edge here. You probably want to start right at your round blade wants to probably want to start right there. And because I say that is because I'm matching it, and if you see the take down pin area, or the safety, the safety, this part right here, that's the safety. See that thing right there? That's the right here. This thing is the safety selector, and that's where the hole starts as well. There you go. So it doesn't quite start that way. So the drilling point is right here. So I'm trying to get an understanding of how the manual reads, because this manual is not really that. Try reading it, but I guess you really have to think about it to understand what they're trying to say. And the direction says start right here, like in this area, not back here, but right here. And I guess if there's a little block right here, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is that you drill right where the safety would be, which would be right here. So you would kind of line it up and you would drill, and you're going to have a little part right here left over that I don't think you may need. I don't know if it'll interfere with the buffer tube, your bulk carrier group coming through, but looking at this, it seems not to matter. And what I'm saying is there might be a little tiny piece right there that essentially is like equivalent to only being like a small little piece right here. I don't see any reason why that would affect it. Anyways, I'm gonna have to just see how it is when I get there. Oh man. Alright, so that's it. I think it's gonna work. I have pretty good confidence that it should work. So let me put this away now. I can't think of anything else to think about to talk or show, but I think I covered it pretty thoroughly. Sorry if I did that. But again, I've never done this before, so I gotta like really take the time to, especially because I want to do it right the first time, because I bought several of these and I want to use all of them. I hate to waste one because I was too stupid not to read directions or take the time to think about reading directions and trying to get this done right the first time on my first one. So on the second one, it'll go a lot faster. It'll be the same thing, just a lot faster. Okay, you see some stuff on the back. What it says? Polymer 80% lower receiver. Build your own receiver. They got a little Phoenix, I guess, with holding a really well, it is an AR-15 with the forward grip. Looks like some kind of what do you call those? Those little things of the glass, red dot, I guess. Probably flashlight, and then you got your aim thingamajiggy, your forward. I don't know what the fuck to call it, but anyways, that. Interesting. You can see a buttstock at the end of it, barely. See that? Maybe not. Okay, you don't need that light. A buttstock at the end, talons holding onto this, and the forward grip. Why not? You know, it's good artwork, isn't it? Whoever did this should be proud of themselves. What else does it say? It says no FFL required. Don't know what it stands for, but really don't care. All bits and parts included to build your own, except for the screws, by the way. Lifetime warranty. Alright. Well, as long as it's a piece of plastic, it's a lifetime warranty. Excellent support, detailed instructions and video online, and then they give you the polymer information. That's probably where you want to go. And then they got here parts description, item, quantity of parts. Okay, everything you need is included. Alright, gosh, let's look at the side. Alright, here, wow, I didn't even read this part. Dang. Alright, do I need a flashlight? I don't need a flashlight, you can see. It says the second amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Well, I think that's what it really says. Well, anyways, there you go. So I didn't even notice that. Aren't you all happy I went through this whole box? Okay, that's what it says on this side. Did I miss anything? Let's look in the box again. Did I? Any other printing? Nope. Oh boy. Alright, there you go. So there's the Polymer 80 box. I'm going to eventually make this thing. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. I guess that's it. There's nothing else to show. I just going to put this away. That's what oh, where's my... Okay, don't want to lose this stuff. By the way, I got this at Harbor Freight. Really cheap stuff. They're all over the place, so if you ever lose something or you need any tools, most likely you can get your tools to fix your gun. And Harbor Freight, it's really cheap. They're all over the place. Building more too. Okay. I know it's cheap stuff, probably from China, but when you need a tool, you need a tool. Okay, well, that's that. Alright. I'm just going to look through it one more time. Okay, because remember, I'm going to take all these parts off of this, and I'll just strip it, and I'm just going to have a Radical Firearms lower. Back to incompletion. It's a pistol. It's almost like having a Virgin, because you know a pistol can be a rifle. If the world still has any laws by then, or the law still holds any meaning in that situation, I can do that. But when the law just evaporates, does it really matter? So I like the pistol. I like the cheek weld because it's small, it's easy, it shoots without the shoulder butt, just accurate within a 35 range, which I've been doing. 35 feet, maybe 30-ish feet, more like 45 feet, but 15 yards. I think it works fine. So I like the cheek weld. Another thing I'm going to try to do is try to make a holster, so I can open carry this, or a sling of shoulder holsters, kind of this sling kind of design, because right now there's no market for a holster for your AR-15 pistol. There's no market for your shoulder holster for an AR-15 pistol. I think that can definitely be, if someone's creative enough, it could be me, you can make a holster, you know, shoulder holster or holster. But then again, you know, anything with a belt that's over your shoulder is a shoulder holster, as long as it's a holster. And you'll be able to open carry this. I'm just trying to look at the spring here, see how it works. Okay, interesting. Alright, I guess I'll continue just a little bit more, because I'm looking at the trigger now, and I was wondering what the hell this lower part right here, what the hell does this do? And I guess when things move so fast and your hand is on the trigger, the trigger moves just forward enough where it pulls back and it just hits that hammer. So you got your single action. When you pull that trigger, even though it's pulled, it's not going to go again. And it catches it. You can see that? See that? Oh, sorry. Oh, fucking almost hit my hand on this shit. That's the action. If okay, pulls back. Okay. I've seen other videos. I think there's something down underneath here that actually will catch it when it pulls back, even though if you didn't have your finger on it. So this is a semi-automatic, only one pull per bullet. And I was wondering what that thing was, but you can see if you pull, it will. It's already been kind of released, so it's just when I pull the trigger, it'll just go. Right? But the action goes so fast on this because I've shot it. And for all you non-gun owners who never shot this, here's how it works. It's so fast that by the time when you pull this trigger, the gas and the pressure of the gun will, and the bolts, it just hits this and goes in the buffer tube, and then that stored energy is then pushed back out and pushes forward, and that's what puts the next bullet into the fucking chamber. Anyways, let me see here. Okay, so it goes back and it catches. I don't know if you see that little part right underneath here. It catches, and then when you get ready for your next shot, because you've been squeezing the trigger all this time, it does this. It snaps into the proper place. And there you go, it's set. It is ready to go. And then you pull the trigger again. And that hits the hammer and the pin. Anyways, you get the idea, hopefully. I just never really looked at it up close, now that I actually own an AR-15 pistol. Okay, there's some stuff down there. Anyways, I guess I'll just have to do it when I take it apart. So anyways, I already have a lower complete kit. I just need to take this, put it onto the new one. And I also already bought another one of these. So once I figure out how to take it apart, put it back on, I can figure out also to buy another one, put it back on this. And maybe this one, the real AR-15. They're both AR-15s, who am I kidding? But I'll just call this the real one. That's the fake one, or the ghost. Maybe I can call it the ghost one. So the ghost AR-15 and the registered AR-15, because let me see, where's the... there. Is that it right here? I guess that might be it. Because I don't see any other serial number than that, other than what's right here. So there you go. There you go. Just looking at it. Alright. Alright, let me put this back now. I think I am ready. Oh, you know what? There you go. I forgot about this. I want to test this out. There's no return on this, by the way. There you go. This is manufacturer, I guess. And then there was the seller at the gun show. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. Alright, I guess this is where you just use your bare hands. Oh, sorry. The camera. That's metal. I wanted to see if they had plastic. It didn't have plastic at the time, but that's alright, as long as I got one. And of course, you know what I'm going to use this for is, you know, great thing about being California. The great thing about being California legal is that, or California compliant, is that once it's California compliant, it also complies with all other 50 states. Not because it's better, because it's the worst. I want you to think about that. Okay, so this is one of the things I need for my California legal homemade AR-15 rifle, pistol. I just haven't decided. You know, I mean, just it's homemade. I can make it whatever I want. So, yeah, okay, it works. It's metal. It really goes in there really good. Look at that. 10 rounds. Yeah, May even make it lighter. I wouldn't mind if it actually a little bit shorter. Wouldn't mind at all. Then you got one of those California bullet buttons. Of course, this is not a bullet button right now. You know, this I don't know why you can't have your finger as a tool. I mean, I think a finger should be qualified as a tool. So when I push this, I'm using a tool to push it. I don't know. But I'll figure something else. I don't think I'm going to really use a bullet. Sorry, I had to dig for a bullet there, but I don't think I'm going to use a bullet to you know, to release the magazine. Anyways, it's a polymer, so let me, I guess I'm not done yet. Let's see if it works on this one. It should, technically. I wonder if it goes right up. I put it in backwards. Okay. I guess it's a little smaller, so, but I don't think it'll go up that high, but right now it just goes right through. There you go. So this one is a little different. There's actually a hole in here. It does protrude out just a little bit, but this is a metal one instead of plastic, so it's a little different that way. It doesn't even catch, but it does go through. See how far it goes? It goes all the way through. So I could even, right now, I can just top load this thing. Okay. Of course, this is where you need this part right here, the mag release, and then that's where it would be. But yeah, it works. Gotta put this damn thing together again. Sorry, I just fascinated, that's all. Alright, let me see here. Put that in. know, just that's how much I like my AR. I baby this thing. When you get to own one, you'll understand. Putting the belt on really helps. It supports the side a little bit. That's bulging out. I don't like that. Alright, and I just put this away out here like that. I guess I'm done with it. Alright, it's going to take a while for me to put this back, but here's my conclusion about everything. The 80% polymer. I'm excited about making this gun. Seems really easy, not only making the gun, but actually putting the lower parts together. I think it's not that difficult after looking at the real AR-15. And if I could take that out somehow, that might be the most difficult part, but whatever, I'll do my research and then put it in here. And I think it's going to be easy. And I have another AR-15 coming. And then on top of that, if I successfully actually put a lower trigger group in here and everything, the lower parts, the takedown pins and all that, the safety, the grip, the buffer tube, all that stuff. If I'm able to do that, I'll order another lower parts, the full complete kit, or I just buy another gun, another AR-15. And see if I could do it again, take on off the new one, put onto the old one, or I don't know. I think that's a waste of time. Maybe upgrade, buy some upgrades or something. Anyways, let me cut out. This is actually the episode or whatever. I guess in the following episodes you'll see me actually make this. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Till next time.